these footballers, guys. I think we need to do something about these football, small clubs. There's so many, so that we can find, a way to help them, like a way for their families and everything. Because na huyu mwingine nani alikuwa anachezanga kwa club gani? This one that I know, this guy, what was his name? Olunga alikuwa anacheza kwa club gani? Huyo Olunga alikuwa anacheza kwa club gani? Kuna mpaka Shakahola FC. Oh my God, there must be a problem. Oh my God, there's an eruption. When you see something so common, it is poverty.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't forget any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
To tap, because I hear this live or this account is supposed to be targeted. I just want the live to hold because I have some important things to say. First of all, I appreciate that you're all here. Habari zenu, I hope mko salama, mnaendelea vizuri. Asanteni. Guys, we are tapping because we need the live to hold. Also, let me just make this clear. This account cannot be dropped. I just needed to make that clear. Asante kwa wenye wanajaribu kureport. Hii account iwezi kaangushwa. Asante sana. So guys, Tapuru, we fika a good place and then I will begin. Hi Myra, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Yeah. So asanteni. Tusikie wimbo moja as we wait for the taps and then I will begin. Otherwise, I hope everybody is fine. Thank you Myra. I appreciate that. Tutasonga kule South Africa kidogo. Good morning everybody. Habari zenu. Natarajia kila moja wenu mko salama. Moderators wangu asanteni. Thank you so much. You support me a lot and thank you for being here. Guys, asante to all my friends, those who have been calling, those who have been reaching out to me. Asanteni sana. I appreciate you. I appreciate the time that you take to reach out to me and talk to me. Asante sana. First of all, okay guys, I don't know. It's okay for me to keep reminding people all the time. I know that sometimes it's not right to remind people kila siku, lakini every day there are new people who come on TikTok who don't know. First thing, you need to know about Diana Ross. Diana Ross is a woman that is never ashamed of who she is. So I am a person that has walked a journey that I cannot even begin to describe to some of you. Unasikia? So kuna vitu zingine when you come talk about and you talk about me, they don't really matter. Diana Ross has moved from 521 pounds and right now I'm 65 kilograms. That's a journey I've walked. So you cannot body shame me. It doesn't work with me. And I'm the one who came to tell you very boldly that I have removed my teeth. Yeah, mimi ni kibogoyo. Na mimi ni mapengo kwa sababu I am working on myself. I am fixing myself. I have acknowledged that there was something wrong that I needed to take care of. And I am a work in progress. And I am not ashamed of it. And I talk about these things because I want to empower other women who are afraid of coming out to talk about their body image issues. Being plus size comes with a lot of burden. It comes with a lot of body shaming. It comes with a lot of diseases. And a lot of women, right now, the number one killer disease in the world is cardiovascular diseases. And because of those reasons, it's important for weight loss is so expensive. okay? The surgery that I did is almost 13 million Kenyan shillings. So those are things that you do when you are an empowered woman. When you are a woman who understands yourself and values your life and values the importance of life and values the importance of being there for your children, you take steps that will keep you alive. I took that step because I understood it was important for me and my children, the people that I care about. So anybody coming to try and shame me because I did surgery, because I don't have teeth, that is a person that is struggling with their own iniquities. That is their funeral, they'll need to attend it, not mine. I'm sorry. I think that there's a lot of people on this platform that lack education and exposure. And sometimes some comments that most of you make, they're coming from a place of ignorance and backwardness, you know. Sometimes I listen to people on this platform and I feel sorry for them, you know. I don't know, it is the myopia or the dwarfism. I don't understand. But anyway, I wish you well. I hope that you get exposed. Another thing I want to talk about, and I wanted to say, Diana Ross has never ever been ashamed and has never ever been afraid. Ngojeni kwanza, watu wanatumia games, staki games. I have never ever been a person that is cultural. Let me tell you that. I have always gone against cultural norms. I have not been a person that bends to cultural norms. That is why being obsessed with the grave is not something that I cherish as an achievement. I don't remember the last time I applied for a job and I was asked the site of a grave. No, I don't do that. I think that because of education and also the things that I have experienced, I find it very uncouth for anyone to talk about graves like it's a competition. I think it is sad, actually. So I also wanted to say this. So many of you don't know me and you don't know my journey. I have buried a father. I have buried a mother. I have buried 2 children. I have buried a husband. So I have seen death. I have seen death that making merry over graves is not anything that I engage in. I don't engage in competition about graves and graveyards because I have seen death. I have carried my own baby dead in my hands and tried to bury my own child. So a lot of you talk about issues on this platform from a place of ignorance. So I have experienced death so much that it is no longer something that I'm afraid of. And this is a month, and I'll tell you that I've always talked about the month of March. This is the month that my husband passed away. And so it's very special to me. And one thing I'm going to say, because I speak as a social justice warrior, the idea of a woman being obsessed with going to bury a husband, it comes from a place of backwardness. It comes from a place of people who have not been exposed. Those are the same societal norms that have pushed women to places where there are stigma. So a lot of these narratives were created by women because of patriarchy. And those narratives were used to shame other women. And that is why in Luo, we have something called Chiliel. And there is no name for a man that has lost his wife. In Luo, a woman that has lost her husband is called Chiliel. And the reason why you're called Chiliel is because you're supposed to be a wife of the grave. Diana Ross cannot be a wife of the grave. Diana Ross cannot glorify a grave. Diana Ross has no association with a man in a coffin. Diana Ross has no love for the grave. Diana Ross has honor for grief, and Diana Ross has respect for the dead. Diana Ross has respect for legacy. When you don't have grief and don't understand grief, you can use the pain of another person to shame the other person. It is easy to know a woman that has lost a loved one. It is very easy to know a person who is mourning or understands grief. It is in their behavior towards other people who have lost their loved ones. When you want to know a person has actually lost a person and they loved a person genuinely and they relate with grief and pain, you pay attention to the things that they say. May my ancestors strike me if I ever shame another woman who is grieving using the grave. That would be the most shameful thing I'd ever do as Diana Ross. I have the opportunity to do so. I think there are many of you who are thinking Diana Ross hawezi akafanya hivi. No. Kama ni matusi, mimi naweza nikakutusi vibaya sana. If I choose to be abusive, I can. Because mimi nikikutusi, I want you to feel it. I want you to remember. But sometimes there are places I don't want to touch. The reason why I am not going to touch Otuoma or insult Otuoma with the death of her husband is because I have lost a husband and I know the pain of losing a husband. Nikitaka kutusi Rachael ninaweza nikamtusi, lakini siwezi kumtusi na kifo ya bwana yake. Na pia siwezi nikaanza kucompete na yeye ati naanza kusema ati alizika bwanake vizuri. Rachael, mimi bwanangu alizikwa wakati wa COVID. Pengine hauelewi, wakati wa COVID hakukuwa na watu wanazika mabwana. Yeah. Now, I cannot be in a competition with you, my dear, about where you buried your husband or where I buried my husband. No, I cannot do that because first of all, hauwezi ukaelewa. Because sasa utaanza kucompete na bwana mwenye alilala Lee Funeral Home, unataka kucompete na mwenye alilala Montezuma. Guys, hiyo si ni kama kucompare nini mkate na keki. Guys, you guys want me to be reduced like that? Tunataka kucompare footballer na global doctor. Surely, guys, those are things I don't do. You want us to lower ourselves in that place to where we are now starting to compare omena and sharks. Seriously, we don't do that. And that is why I talk about poverty all the time, because the greatest enemy is poverty. The greatest enemy is poverty. Sisi kwetu hakuna mtu mwenye alalangi Lee Funeral Home. All our people pass by Lee Funeral Home. Sisi hata tuendangi Montezuma. Na sio kwa ubaya. It is just what we do. It's a cultural thing for us. Because we plan for death. We don't wait for people to raise money for us to bury our loved ones. We plan for death. That is what happens. Understand? And as a person that is exposed and a person that is educated and a person that sits on platforms that protect minority women like Rachael Otuoma and other widows, there is no way I would stand in front of you as women and tell you that my achievement is burying my husband. That's awkward. That's very awkward. because burying a husband is not an achievement. Burying a husband is actually something that should cause you pain and agony and anguish. It's not something to brag about. It's not something to celebrate. It's not something to talk about and go out there like it's an achievement. It's not. The loss of a husband is so huge for anybody to have the audacity to shame someone because they lost their husband. That has got to be the most disrespectful, disgusting, loathsome, and most absurd things that I have ever experienced on this platform. That is, in fact, burying a husband with money that people have raised for you, I think it's also disrespectful that you come and brag about it. You've got to be some kind of braggart that lacks common decency for you to come and talk about it. Imagine setting a budget for strangers to bury your husband, and then on the same note, you come and brag about it to people who supported you. I have never experienced anything like that. I think it comes from a place of deep myopia. Who does that? And I'll talk about grief because it's important we do that on this platform. A lot of you have tried to shame me with the fact that, oh, if you are a complete woman, you should come and bury your husband. Fuck you, bitches. My husband is dead. He is gone. I can't change anything. You think that coming to his gravesite is going to bring him back alive? Is he going to come back alive? Is he going to come and hug me from the grave because I arrived at his grave? Like, what is this archaic kind of backwardness? Guys, dear women, men are only men when they're alive. When they are dead, they are not alive. They are gone. Ni maiti. Hata uipambe, hata uipeleke wapi, ameenda. Hata upange gorofa juu ya nini, ya matanga, ya kaburi, ameenda. Death is an equalizer. It doesn't change anything. No matter how hard you try to make it look like it's beautiful, it's not going to change anything. The person is dead. So this obsession about watu kwenda kusijui zika mabwana, hizo ni vitu zinatoka kwa wale wa mama wa shamba wa 1920. Wale wa mama wa 1920 walikuwa wanaeka wanawake wanalala na maiti kwa manyumba ati ndio ijulikane kama ulipenda bwanako. I'm not from that age. I'm not from that era. Mimi hata sahi nimewaambia, if I get married today and my husband dies, if I cannot attend that funeral, I will not attend. That person is gone. I will move to the next man. Period. I have no association with the dead. Sina? Especially mtu mwenye si ukoo yangu. My husband is not my blood. They do not have my ancestry, so I have no connection with them. That's the thing you don't understand. I'm a very spiritual person. My husband, when he's gone, is gone. I cannot call on my husband to do anything to anybody. That person has no blood links with me. Nothing at all. My children can call upon my husband because they have blood. Mimi sina. Mimi naeza ita mamangu, naeza ita babangu, naeza ita watoto wangu, lakini mume wangu siwezi nikamuita. Ndio maana mimi Diana Ross, even there was no cow that was paid on my head. because I'm against dowry. I'm a free woman, a woman that chooses to exist within her own rules that I've set for myself because I want to be free from societal norms. Because I'm priceless. I do not celebrate cows being paid on my head, neither do I celebrate goats being counted on my head, or men sitting in the back and counting money about who you are at you're getting married. That is not who I am. I am a person that respects that I am an African woman, yes, and my identity, but I will not be associated with retrogressive cultures that send women back to go and pour soil in their husbands' graves. I do not do that. I'm a free woman. I'm an educator. That is why when I talk about things like this, I choose to do it in a way that the message goes not just to one individual, but to many. Dowry is subjugation, and it is from dowry that women are obsessed with the idea of being associated with the grave. That is what happens. I have no association with the grave at all. I don't. And that is why when my husband passed away, I don't know, few people here, listen, I will say it again. I was married to a man that would go to the moon and back for me. A man that would lay his life down for me. And I still lost that man. Imagine I lost that man. And when he died, yes, it affected me. It changed a lot for us. But I'm also in a place where I accept the fact that my life has to move on. I don't live in a bubble. I'm an exposed person. And most of you don't even know. Mimi mwenyewe, kuna very few friends of mine here. I have shared pictures of my own wedding. Me, I got married in France with my husband. Sasa mtu mwenye alienda akaoleka huko Kanyamkago huko kwa bush anataka kucompete na mimi. Guys, me, I had a husband that loved me to death. Did everything for me. Nilikuwa hapa America and he was paying my rent in America. A man that would never want me to even shed a tear, anything. Loved me to death. Nasikia. So I think as women, there is a lot of work that we need to do within ourselves, especially women who are entwined and entangled in cultural, retrogressive cultures. Women who believe that when your husband is dead, there is some association, like there is an achievement with going to a grave. There is an achievement with putting soil on a grave. Zero. A dead man can't fuck you. A dead man can't go to work. A dead man cannot do anything for you. They can't talk to you. They can't comfort you. A dead man is dead, period. So I have no association with the dead. I am currently associating with the alive men who are alive. Men who can give me money, who can fuck me, who can take care of me and listen to me. So I think this obsession with kaburi, ati watu waende wakatafute sijui makaburi. Naenda kutafutia nini kaburi? Kaburi itanipatia nini? Naenda kutafuta kaburi ndio nipatie nini? Heri hata mimi nikitafuta hiyo kaburi na itafuta kama bado hata mpaka sahi nakula pesa za kutoka kwa mtu ambaye amezikwa hapo. Sasa mimi niende mtu mwingine anatafuta kaburi yenye alichanga ndio watu wajenge. Jamani, unaonesha kaburi yenye watu walichanga wakakujengea. Kama umejenga kaburi peke yako, it would have made sense. ati niko na kaburi. Kuna kaburi na TikTokers ndio wamekujengea kaburi jamani. Ai. Yani when did we stop being shameless? Unatusi mume wa mtu mwenye hata hujui. Surely. Tangu lini footballers wenye wanacheza kama kuna season na wanalipwa 10-20,000 compete na people who sit on global platforms? Jamani, footballer anaweza compare na daktari? Aya, hii TikTok lakini hata nyinyi. Hai, daktari mwenye akiingia tu mahali akiongea allowance yake inalipa footballer for 2 years. Hata si footballer mwenye tunaweza sema eti ni kama kina Ronaldinho, sijui kina wanaitwaje Ronaldo ama nini. Ni wale footballer wenye wako pale chini bado hata wako wameingia kule Harambee Stars ama Kenya ngono inaitwaje? Harambee Stars ama wapi? Ile kitu inaitwaje? Harambee Stars ama wapi? Yani footballer mwenye clubs zenye wanachezea bado ziko pale kwa vitongoji duni. Wakienda kucheza mpira, majirani ndio wanawaletea maji wakunywe. Footballers wenye bado wana struggle, wanangoja hata yani pesa hata allowance pekee. Footballers wenye wako kotini na makesi chungu nzima ili at least wapate hata hela ya kukula jamani. A Kenyan footballer playing for a cheap club in the bottom of the gravel. Come on, guys. We need to respect ourselves, eh? Guys, Kenyan footballers don't really pay much, let me tell you guys. And it's true. They don't pay much. So it's inaitwaje ile club inaitwaje niliona huko Kisumu kulikuwa mpaka na club nyingine inaitwa Mapumba. Ni Pumba Club. Ati wanalipa watu 200. Inaitwa Pumba Club ama ni gani? Ilikuwa inaitwaje? Sofa ni sofa paka ama sofa umbwa? Ile club inaitwaje? Sofa ngono? Sofa paka ama sofa umbwa? Wacha nitoe viatu. Let me remove my shoes. Ngoja. Ni sofa na sofa paka kose inaitwa ole guys kwa natoa viatu sofa sofa miao na hiyo ingine inaitwa hii inaonanga ingine pia inaitwa Waluya inaitwa Sony sofa Sony Sugar. Hii ingine inaitwa Kamtoyo. Ingine pia inaitwa Kamtoyoyo. Oh my goodness. What do they do? Wanafanya? Atika ingine inaitwa ulinzi. Wanalinda? Oh my God. Guys, maybe we need to talk to the Football Federation of Kenya. My goodness, these things are so many, and what do they do? Babana. Inaitwa Shaba? It's called Shaba. Because honestly, I feel like so many of them are struggling. They're not doing well. I mean, I think that it's maybe we should start something so that we can support these footballers, guys. I think we need to do something about these football small clubs. There's so many, so that we can find a way to help them, like a way for their families and everything. Because na huyu mwingine nani alikuwa anachezanga kwa club gani? This one that I know, this guy, what was his name? Olunga alikuwa anacheza kwa club gani? Huyo Olunga alikuwa anacheza kwa club gani? Kuna mpaka Shakahola FC. Oh my God, there must be a problem. Oh my God, there's an eruption. When you see something so common, it is poverty. Poverty is the enemy, guys. We need to tackle it. We need to face it and hit it as we should. Anyway, and that I was moving away from. My goodness, I didn't know that these clubs they're sprawling everywhere. Mama, so how do they survive, girls? Wanna survive aje? How do they survive? Because they seem to be so nakumbuka hata Kogalo na Gor Mahia. Anyway, growing up, when I was going to school, my mama was very proud of me. My mama loved education, and she really was very emphatic on our achievements and what she ever wanted us to do. And my mama kept talking about 3 people we should not marry. Mama talked about us not marrying watchmen. Mama talked about us not marrying footballers. Mama talked about us not marrying teachers. I don't know why. And she was a teacher too. That was weird. So we kept on asking her why she didn't like footballers. And she said, they don't get paid anything. And Kenya has no respect for talent. Now I get what she said. So anyway, in my whole life, and what I believe in is that every day as a feminist, I talk about hypergamy. And that is the importance of women marrying men who can make sure they can take care of themselves when they are gone. Every time you find a woman that keeps talking about them being powerful and strong, and she gets married to a man that is poor, it tells you that they're the weakest link. Any woman that is smart, any woman that is strong, dhako mora mora motegno mawiye tiyo mariek malelo, ikendoga kama pesa nitie. Ikendoga kama pesa kata dichuo osetho pod pesa biro betie. Any woman that is smart associates with a man that makes sure she can be taken care of even when they are gone. That is why hypergamy is part of English vocabulary. If you do not understand hypergamy, you're going to be associating with chokoras, marrying men that put you in shame, marrying men that when they are dead, you have to come with proposals on TikTok to ask for money to marry. That is the problem when you are married to poverty. Poverty is the enemy again. And I'm appealing to all women. It's important that most of you choose yourselves, value yourselves so that you don't be left in places of shame. There is nothing that is as useless as marrying a man that leaves you nothing. The most powerful marriages and the most important reason for any woman to get into the institution of marriage is for continuity. It's for value addition. When you understand value, you associate with men that bring value to you. When you understand value, you do not just show up with your vagina anywhere. You take your vagina to places where it is respected. Kama unaheshimu kuma yako, utaipeleka mahali kuma yako itaheshimiwa leo, kesho na mtondogo. Haya ni mafunzo tunapatia wanawake kila siku kwa sababu kuma is a powerhouse. And I tell women every day that when you use your vagina responsibly and you expose it in places where it is respected, you are going to add value to yourself. Every time you see a woman that has no respect for their vagina, they will always take it to places where they will be put to shame and it will be disrespected. I've told women every day that one of the tools that we have between our legs that is so powerful is our vaginas. And once you understand its value, you will only let it show up in places where it is a value addition to. Tumeelewa? So kuma yako ndio nguzo yako, lakini lazima utumie akili all the time. Use your brain. Usitumie kuma peke yake. Most of the time, women that struggle with men or get into pathetic relationships wanatumia kuma peke yake. You must put the two together. Think about your future. Think about continuity. Think about value addition and what will happen to you after a person is gone. And I'm saying it here because I have experienced death. One of the best things that my husband ever did for me was to plan for me when he was gone. Marry men that plan for you when they are gone. When you marry men that only put you to labor, you are their slave. There is nothing to celebrate about laboring for a man for over 4 years and you gain nothing. You know, we just don't want to have these conversations because we try to shy away, because we want to follow the Bible. We want to say that, ati mwanamke bomba. Kuna ubomba na kuslave. There is no kukua mwanamke bomba na kuslave. Utakuwa mwanamke bomba kama mgongo inaujika miaka 4. Hakuna ubomba in slavery. Hakuna kitu kama mwanamke bomba. Hapo ni mwanamke mjinga tu. Because there is no beauty about labor. There is no beauty in labor, I'm telling you. Ati you are being celebrated for cleaning someone's ass for 4 years. Ulisikia wapi? Mwanamke bomba anaandika nurse na anaandika caregiver. Huyo ndo mwanamke bomba. There is no beauty in struggle love. There is nothing like that. I'm telling you so that you get it, because you don't want to have these conversations. We are in an exposed world where women do not have to labor like we are in 1918. You bend every freaking fucking day cleaning a person who has $0 in their account. And you call that love? That is not love. That is slavery. That is stupidity. That is backwardness. That is labor and torture and mental anguish, physical abuse and emotional abuse. That is what it is. So we keep on talking about somebody being bomba. There is no bomba there. There is nothing. Nothing at all. Since when did struggling become beautiful? I mean, you struggle to a point that ukitaka hata dawa lazima ukuje uiombe. Unajua, there is a difference between taking care of a person that has money and a person that is poor. When you're married to a poor person and they also take you through the toil of taking care of them when they're poor, the trauma that comes from that poverty struggle and the labor that you put in that poverty, it is unending. And it takes a lot of work for you to be exposed to something different. It's like a bubble that you put yourself in and you cannot get yourself out of it. Who praises poverty? Who praises labor like that? And imagine, even here in the United States, because we recognize the labor that comes with taking care of people, people are getting paid to take care of their loved ones that are sick. Because it is recognized that you do not need to labor for love. You do not need to labor. People are getting paid because the world understands the toll that comes with taking care of a loved one. So there's no beauty in it. It's not an achievement. It's celebrating slavery. There is nothing beautiful about it. There is no achievement. The achievements that people should be celebrating is a woman that was able to be with a man that loved them, and that man created a pathway for her to be able to take care of him with the money that he kept so that the woman does not labor. A good man leaves your body looking good even after they are gone. A good man does not leave your body broken and bruised and anguished and malnourished. A good man does not leave you emotionally drained. A good man does not leave you financially deprived. A good man does not leave you and make you a mockery in the public eye. A good man does not subject you to shame by having children out of wedlock and then puts you in harm's way where you are constantly subjected to uncouth women on social media platforms. A good man talks to you about his children. And that is why I keep talking about me having a good man, because my children are with me because I was married to a good man. And all my babies are mine. And yes, I fucking brought my children, my husband's children, in the United States because I am a powerful woman. So I don't remember when in my book I would celebrate a deadbeat. I don't celebrate deadbeats. And to think that someone would compare a man that I associate with a deadbeat is like putting water and oil together. Deadbeats do not deserve celebration. Deadbeats deserve shame and incessant shame. I would never celebrate a deadbeat. For what? I'm married to a good man and I buried my man. No, you buried a deadbeat. Deadbeats deserve no honor. They are only honored by fools. That is what happens. And I know what I'm doing because I'm enjoying every bit of it. And I hope that some people can start respecting themselves here. I would be very ashamed to even talk about anyone if the house that I live in imejengwa na TikTokers. TikTokers wanijengee nyumba, wanilipie madawa za bwana yangu, waninunulie sanduku, wanizikie bwana, alafu tena nikuwe na courage ya kukuja kusimama mbele ya watu eti najiita mwanamke bomba. Chekesha. Hey? Me, I have a 3.5 acre land. That is where the man that I love was buried. And there's no fucking TikToker that ever built a house for me. Never. Guy. Yeah? Yani mtu mwenye yani sahi ati ni celebrate. Bwanangu amejengewa nyumba na mimi nikipata mwanaume mwenye najengewa nyumba na TikToker siishi na natoka immediately. Hiyo siku ndo ninatoka. Kwanza sitawadanganya. Mimi Diana Rose, ukianza kukua mgonjwa na hauna pesa, ninatoka immediately. Mimi najipenda. Najipenda sana. And I'll say this because a lot of people don't want to ukanga naibu. When my husband was sick and he was in Nairobi hospital, yes, the Nairobi hospital, Okaro was like, oh, na sasa tutalipa bill na aje. Muulize 3.2 million direct from him. Nimwambia sasa hii maneno tutafanya aje? Jumi sitaki shida. Completely paid for, my dear. Mimi Diana nikae na mwanaume mwenye hana chochote, nikuje kama bwana akitaka kaluma ya kupakwa mwili kiuma, naomba kwa TikTok. Ni lazima nikuje nifanye tap the screen guys, tap guys. Nanya Joyce vile na jeshim. Ati bwana akiwa mgonjwa pale nimemweka hapo kando nikiambia watu tap guys, tapuru guys, si lion the kitli, simnitumie hata kitli, simnitumie hata nini. Mimi nimesema and I'm repeating it again, any woman that values themselves should not associate with a poor man. Associating with poor men derails and reduces the life of women and the life expectancy of women by a huge percentage. Should value yourself, bwana. Yani chakula ya breakfast TikTok, lunch TikTok. Donor dependency syndrome, my God, incessant. Hapana, siwezi. Mjipende guys, jipendeni. Angalieni wanaume ambao mko nao. Love yourselves. Value yourself. There is no honor in being a beggar. There is no honor in being a beggar, I've told you. Hakuna hata kitu kidogo. There is much honor in working, in making a living for yourself. There is never, in everything. Hata chumvi, hata pombe, jamani. Tap screen, share the live, tap screen. Tap. Kwa nini hatujiheshimu? Suruali TikTok, kijuku TikTok. Kila kitu. Alafu tena mimi nijikute nimekuja hapa nataka kukosea watu heshima. Kwani akili zilienda wapi? Anyway, I'm really in my good moods, guys. Sitaki kukua in a bad mood. I'm just talking about social justice. I'm talking about social justice. And surgery bado Diana Ross anafanya. In August natengeneza matiti. And I'm doing it because I can afford it. I'm doing it because I am not a child of poverty. And I'm doing it because I recognize that I want to look good and feel good about myself. Ningekuwa hata na miguu kama ya biberiti, ningeenda surgery. Yeah, ningekuwa na matchstick legs ama miguu kama za praying mantis, ningeenda nikafanyiwe surgery. Because when you recognize there's something about you, an iniquity, you got to fix it. I don't want to walk looking like a caricature in dresses. No, I'll fix my legs because I have the money to do so. And that is why there are surgeons. That's why there are schools where people go so that they can do these things. Na nikiona nimekosa matako, pia natengeneza. Ninaenda pale, naenda nalipa, and then I fix my butt. Because I don't want to look weird when I'm wearing a cloth. Sitaki kukaa ni kama nina float ndani ya nguo. No. When I see something wrong, I take care of myself. There is power in that. It's called recognizing, acknowledging, and fixing. That is what it is. And that is why I tell you guys, without shame, any day, maybe I'm fixing myself, okay? Hata meno zangu nimetoa kwa sababu I'm fixing myself. There is a look that I want for myself. And I'm investing in it. And I'm not asking TikTokers to support me. Sawa, I am doing it by myself because I recognize that I have to fix the things that I am feeling like I need to fix. And that is what independence is all about. That is when you talk about loving yourself and being unashamed about your situation. When my husband died, it was on a Saturday. And being the exposed woman that I am, that is the day I removed his ring from my finger. Because I don't identify with dead people. I believe that marriages end when a partner is gone. And I removed it because I knew I was in an era and an age where now things have changed. It is called knowing your situation and understanding it. When you're still in denial, utabeba marings, utabeba maviatu unaweka kwa nyumba, utabeba manguo umepack kwa nyumba kama mwendo wazimu. Hakuna mtu atakuja kuziba. Everything was given out when my husband died. Because a new chapter was opened in our lives. Tulifungua a new chapter, and that chapter meant that we are acknowledging that this person has gone. And so we are opening a new page, a page that may be painful, a page that may be hard for us, but it was a page that was important to be opened. That is the first process towards healing. A lot of people don't understand that because for some people, grief is fun. Wait 1 second, I'm coming, guys. Nipeni 1 second. 1 second, I was cooking something. Coming. Yeah. Check out this. Okay. Okay, that's good. It's cooking good. Okay. Guys, I'm cooking. Ninapika lia. So, when you don't understand the process of grief and you are obsessed with trying to please the masses, because I know that looking good in the eye of the masses is important. You know, you want to be called mwanamke bomba, bado unapenda bwana wako hata kama ameshakufa. Hizo ni vitu watu wanafanyanga kwa sababu wanahitaji coins and some love, because they were never loved from their homes. Unaelewa? What do I gain by being called mwanamke mwenye alichunga mtu miaka 4? What is the crown I gain by that? Like, seriously? Eh? So, when someone is dead, they are dead. They are gone. There is nothing that you achieve by that. So, and my friends who have reached out to me, I think the whole of yesterday night, a lot of my friends, there is no dignity in poverty, guys. No dignity in poverty. No dignity in struggle, love. No dignity in associating with a man that was poor. And imagine associating with poverty even when someone is God. Guys, run away from poverty. Carrie, I'm fine. Thank you. Run away from poverty. It's important that you do. Poverty is the enemy. That is the thing that we all need to run away from as women. Run properly away from poverty. And you have to run away from poverty when you see it in the homes that you get married to, when you see it in the friends that you associate with, when you see it in the environments that you live in. Run. Poverty is the greatest enemy of women. Poverty destroys everything about you. It creates harm for you, not just physically, not just emotionally, but also financially. Poverty derails and changes how we talk and what we do and the decisions we make about our lives. You've got to hate poverty. It is the greatest enemy. A lot of the arguments that most of you people make here are from poverty. That is the enemy. When you see poverty, dear women, crush poverty and run away from it. And I've told you, do not be embarrassed, and there's no shame. And I'm repeating this again. Even when you're married to a man and that man is poor, it is okay to leave that marriage. It is better for you to be shamed for leaving a marriage that is poor than you dying a poor woman. It is better for you to leave a marriage that is poor and you go and find value in yourself, than sitting in a union that is invested with poverty. You are safer not dying a beggar or dying with a beggar. Every day, you should have no shame, no fear, none whatsoever. Poverty is the enemy. It is okay to leave a broke man. It is okay to leave a poor man. It is okay to leave a poor marriage. It is okay to leave a man that does not want to change anything for themselves. Live. Living should be the norm for women. Living, and you should not be afraid of living. Women are afraid to live because they are afraid of what people are going to say. There is no one that is going to reward you for being poor. Even heaven does not want poor people. Poor people are not loved anywhere. Nowhere. There is nowhere that poverty is celebrated, my dear. So as women, we have to love ourselves. We have to start finding things that are of importance to us and talk about value addition. And now that we talk about independence, and I have seen this being thrown out every day, that I'm an independent woman. No, independence in a woman is not having a big mouth or being the loudest voice. No. Independence in a woman is knowing your value as a woman and putting yourself in situations that do not put you to shame. When you're a woman that is independent, you know your rights as a woman, and you know that you cannot be subjugated or objectified. When you know your rights as a woman, you expose yourself in spaces where there are men that have respect for you as your woman and what you identify with. When we talk about independence for women, we talk about women who know value addition. Women who know what comes to them as something that is important. Independent women make the right decisions about men, make the right decisions about money, make the right decisions about marriages. That is what independence entails. And independent women cannot be abused by men because they recognize abuse and they walk away. That is what independence entails. Independent women do not associate with retrogressive cultures. Okay? I don't know why this wasn't. That is what independence is. So when you are an independent woman, you do not need an introduction. You will introduce yourself. That is what happens. When I walk into a room, people don't need to think twice about who is that. People will feel my presence when I walk into a room because they already will feel that that person getting inside there, they know. That is what independence entails. So I just wanted to come and share with you this morning and tell you that as a person that values women and loves women, it's important for us to talk about issues of women and rebuke poverty in the process. Poverty is our greatest enemy. Sawa sawa wanawake. It's not about being loud. It's about using wisdom. That is where when we walk into some rooms and we talk about issues, people sit and listen. I hope tumeelewana mpaka hapo. I wanted to talk to you guys about something because I need to repeat this. I was not joking about asking for my money back. It's not a joke. It is something I'm pursuing. There are some things that I can forgive. There are some things I don't forgive. Okay? Mimi ninajiheshimu and I do not want to be disrespected. I do not allow anybody to disrespect me in any way, shape or form. So kama ni mahangaiko, Diana Ross, I love mahangaiko. I love mahangaiko kabisa. Kama ni mahangaiko, mimi ninapenda mahangaiko. And by the way, when I go to war as Diana Ross, I go in every corner, every avenue. I'm going for every avenue. Chochote, I will attack any avenue. Mimi na move from every source and every avenue. So that is how I move. And by the way, Jacqueline Ombewa aache kuongelelea issue ya pesa ya matanga. Mimi siongelelei pesa ya matanga. Naongelelea pesa ambayo mimi mwenyewe Diana ndio niliitisha watu wachange. Na mimi mwenyewe nilitoa pesa zangu kwa hiyo pesa. Na screenshots nilituma mpaka kwa JB yuko hapa. There are people who wanajua vizuri. Bansi, ati mnasema si kutuma pesa. Bansi wewe, nikuwekea screenshot hapa. We, chunga sana. Don't play with me. Msinichezee mimi. Pesa yangu Diana Ross itaridishwa. That will be returned. Nimesema. and you will see it happen. So now sitaki mtu anianze kuniambia eti ati Diana nene. Kuna mahali heshima ikifika, kama heshima imeisha, tutaenda tu nalo vile iko. Sawa? Tumeelewana? Hivyo ndo vile itakuwa. Kwa hivyo guys, let us wait for Friday and we see what's going to happen on Friday. Sawa? Mimi ni mnyonge, hata ninaogopa sana sahi. Vile naenda kufunga hii live naogopa, vile naenda vitu zitafanyika after this live. Mimi naogopa sana. You know guys, lately I have been niko mwoga sana. And I just need to take care of myself. Mkiona nimepotea ni kwa sababu naogopa. This time nimepata dawa yangu kwa mtandao. So ninaogopa sana. That's why saa ingine mkiona natoka kwa live, natoka naenda kujificha, nalia, naogopa. Hivyo ndo vile iko. So huwa najaribu kujificha kidogo ndio watu wasinione juu niko na uoga sana. Sitaki nipatwe na hiyo matusi naogopa. Hata ile nguvu yenye watu wako nayo hapa hivi kwa hii nini inanifanya na kuwa na kiwewe sana na uoga ingine yenye hata mpaka huwa ninatetemeka au hata sijipati, mpaka huwa sijipati mimi. Unaona? Mimi huwa naogopa. Naogopa sana. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something else away from all of that. By the way guys, my friends who are worried about me, do not worry about me. The issue of Rachael Otuoma, Diana Ross will deal with it on a personal level. Personal. I'm repeating slowly so that those who have ears can hear. The issue between me and Rachael Otuoma, Diana Ross will deal with it on a personal level, in a way that is personal to me. Personal level to me. So I hope mmenisikia hapo. I deal godo personally. Wawinjore. So don't worry about it. Hata mkiona nini, don't worry. Listen guys, I want us to be stupid for now. Tumeelewa? Be stupid for now. Tumeelewana? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Tudi na de ya onyikwa nyanam ya udhi maber. Wamose nyiluwe tena udhi maber. Kudhi maber tamor. Mano ber. Haya, sawa. Haya, nilikuwa naenda kuongelelea hii issue ya Jacqueline Ombewa. Guys, I'm moving away from those issues. I want to tell you something today. And this is what I want to tell Jacqueline Ombewa. Unajua, the problem with Jacqueline Ombewa, she is inexposed and has not really understood how the law works. What Jacqueline did today at the courts was incitement and harassment. And I can assure you, Jacqueline is destroying the case for the victims with what she is doing. Si wadanganyi. I don't know if she understands how the law works. But whatever she did today, she needs to contact a lawyer so that she can talk to a lawyer, because I'm telling you, what is going to come ahead here is going to be worse than what is already happening. Because these people are moving around thinking they are the law. Jacqueline Ombewa, you're not the law. I even heard you saying that you want the president to legitimize TikTok quote. Jacqueline, you might wake up and find your account is gone. My friend, uko na mbio ingine na unatumia hiyo mbio vibaya. Utaumia, nimekuambia. I've told you, you're crazy. You're nuts. Allow the courts to do their job. Stop dictating the Kenyan courts on what to do. Who are you? Who the hell are you, by the way? Like, who are you? How can you people attack people outside the courts? Like, kwanza hata nikashanga hiyo court ya Nakuru iko aje? Jacqueline angefanya hiyo ujinga Kisumu. In fact, she was even recording a live court session. That you're not supposed to do that. You can't do such things. She is ruining the case for these victims. She doesn't care about them. She cares about visibility. She cares about being seen. Ana care about kuonekana. Ana care about the media. My goodness, things don't work that way. You can't do those things. When you're from court, just move. Ati alikuwa pale namsikia akisema ati unasema ni pastor na analala na wanaume. Jacqueline, wewe si unalala na wanawake? Ya, wamanya kuma chanladen. Korwako ginene, orwako ngoloba, orwako iluong nango, woche machalo mbuta. Zile viatu zake zinakaa kama mbuta ya blue. Alikuwa amevaa huko. Gosh. My. Mama ni wiraje. Jacqueline, you are going overboard. You better be careful. You are ruining the same thing you claim you stand for, justice. Those things that you did today, they are very dangerous for the victims. And they can be used against you and the victims. Don't do those things that you're doing. You need to understand how the law works. You don't go harassing and attacking people and inciting violence when a case is continuing in court. And I'm going to tell you something that I noticed today. The guy was given a 500 bond. Guys, for a person that has quote unquote committed those offenses, 500,000 for me, that is a bit suspect. And I think sahi ndio mbio imeanza. Something is, kama unajua ulienda kwa hiyo koti, kwa ile kanisa ya huyu pastor na ukafanya kitu, I'm telling you, I believe very strongly that that man is now is now building a case. He's filing a case against the people who vandalized his property. I believe that he is doing that because 500,000 for a person that is supposed to be flight risk, gosh, that is too little. For a person being accused of kubaka, 500k. Kuna shida mahali, guys. Nimewambia. Iko shida. This man is supposed to be kind of quote unquote flight risk. Ni mtu ambaye anafaa kuwa koti inamuona kama mtu ambaye anaweza kutoroka. Koti gani inaweza kupatia mtu mwenye anaweza kutoroka na ameakuwa accused na ubakaji 500,000 bail? That should make you think two things. There is a problem with the evidence and there is also a problem with the case that these people are bringing against this man. Kuna kitu is going on. I'm telling you, there's a problem. And ati alikuwa amejificha. Huyu mtu si eti alikuwa amejificha. Mtu mwenye alikuwa amejificha polisi wakatafuta, hauwezi ukamwekea bond ya 500k. Hauwezi the magistrate would have asked for something bigger. Kwa sababu yeye yuko ni flight risk. Unaona? Ni mtu ambaye ni flight risk. There's something fishy. I don't know, but it's just me. I'm feeling like, and I also tend to think that these these victims, I have 100% feeling that the victims wanted this to reach in court so that they can come back and come to an agreement with Pastor K. Walipwe. I believe so. Because I don't understand the excitement in the victims because someone has been arrested. An arrest is not justice. Arrest is not justice. Victims are supposed to be celebrating and dancing when a person has been convicted. The behavior and the demeanor of these victims is very suspect to me. Inanionyesha vitu zingine zenye zinanishangaza. There's something going on with this whole case that is a bit fishy to me. I don't know, this is just me. I feel like something is completely off. Something is off with this case. Ati ona amefanya mambo. Come on. Mpaka watu wana nini? Wana celebrate. And nani anafaa, kuna vitu mingi Jacqueline anafaa kulearn. You can't go in a court of law outside the court na unaanza kuattack watu. You are not the law. You need to respect. Kenya has a judicial system that is working and you need to work. Guys, chakula yangu iko sawa, iko bado haijaiva sawa, so msijali. Hapana, that was weird. Hey, we had a law to make us ask the president to legitimize us. Yeah, watokari mama ni chenoga. What the hell? Nilishangaa. We're asking the president to legitimize the TikTok court. Ulisikia wapi TikTok court inakuwa legitimized? TikTok court should actually be arrested. The people who are starting it and honoring, because it was just supposed to be a content for fun, but right now what the hell happened? Hii Kenya yenu iko na maneno haya. Wacheni niwapatie bad news guys. Mumeona ambassador wenu mwenye anakuja Kenya? Mumemwona? Na mumesikia vitu zenye zitafanyika mkiapply visa? Those people who are celebrating nani pumpkin na kikwa nani, by the way, moderators mkiona muiti hapo mumblock. Sitaki mchezo. Mkiona muiti anywhere mumblock. So guys, what is happening right now? Ukienda ku apply for visa kwa embassy Nairobi, utapatiana social media zako zote na itachukua 3 months wakiziangalia ndio upate visa. Miezi 3. Alafu hapa US ukiinvite mtu na huyo mtu amue ati umepotea nini, huyo mtu ndiye atakuwa held responsible. Umeelewa? You people need to read the executive order that was signed. Ni kubaya, unasikia? So whatever you say on social media, what you do on social media, be careful about it. Tukiendelea mbele kwa wenye wanataka kukuja US, sawa? Tuelewane. Aya, acha tucheze mziki kidogo alafu mimi niende. Wanakujia host. Wanakujia host.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.